Good afternoon, guys. Thank you all for being here. Dakota, Jason, Johnny, Jenna, Tom, Joa, Mendy, Third Coast Mermaid, David, Johnny. Good afternoon, guys. Thank you for being here. Tom, I like how you said that you're still working in the background instead of like watching this in the background. You clearly, you know how to prioritize. I appreciate that. We are going to start with some fishing, a little bit of fishing. How do the volume settings sound today? I think I need to adjust some stuff here on my microphone. Let's see. There we go. That's a little bit better. Alex, good afternoon, man. Hey, Alex, we gotta make plans for SFK, like not today, but like in the near future, I would think. Maybe over the weekend if that works better. Unless you've already done SFK, which if you have, like, of course, like, don't worry about it. I'm quiet on your side. On my end, my microphone volume's peaking out in the red. The music seems to be in the yellow, which is typically where I keep it. YouTube was turned out. Fair. Have you guys been looking at Wowhead at all? They've really been, they've been putting out basically the same information about hardcore over and over again in different formats. They put out like 2 hardcore updates yesterday that were basically like the same update. I feel like they're trying to like create hype where there is no hype, because there's not really a lot for them to say about the hardcore realms, so they're just kind of like recanting what they've already said, and then they're recanting that again. Like, I'm good now. I haven't changed anything on my end, Dakota, since like I first started talking about it. So I'm glad it's okay now, though. I think what it is when I play Dragonflight, I turn the volume of the game down through my microphone, and then like I adjust stuff on my microphone basically, which doesn't reflect any in-game settings or OBS settings. So sometimes I just sound like a little bit quiet or a little bit loud to myself. That's what happened today. Jason says, I think I am kind of hyped for hardcore. Jason, if you were hyped for hardcore though, you wouldn't have to think about it. You would simply feel the hype. What did they say about hardcore? Nothing new. It's like there was a post that just kind of like recovered the things that they had already gone over in several other posts. Just like a little bit of rewording, you know. I think they realize they want to generate hype, but they don't have a lot of cool stuff to say. We already kind of know. So they just keep saying the same stuff. Like I see like a little link in Wowhead, I get excited for like maybe something new. Maybe they're gonna surprise us with a surprising new feature of hardcore that we haven't heard about yet. But no, it's never a surprise. It's the same info. Reiterating known information. Yes, exactly. It's like, oh, in case you missed it. One article was literally explaining to people how to install the game. It was like, want to come back for hardcore? Here's the steps on how to install the game. And it literally had the steps to go through Battle.net, click the right drop down, install the game, go to the server list, click on the hardcore tab. Like, yeah, that was one of them. The most exciting hardcore update can be like the one where they list out the installation steps. Yep. Johnny, you guys are staying on Bloodsail? You're not even going to come check it out? That's cool, man. I respect that. I think that if you're in a guild and like you enjoy playing with those people, then that's going to be like the biggest benefit, is like wherever those people are at, that's where you're going to want to be. Yeah, I mean, that's what kept me playing Horde side for like 15 years, was the people that I was playing with. That's where I wanted to be with the people that I was playing with in my guild. Yeah, they're trying to pretend like it's, yeah, as if Classic is like a brand new thing with Hardcore. Like people are coming to the game just for Hardcore Classic. I don't think that like a lot of people that are not around WoW, that don't play some version of WoW, I don't think that a lot of people like that are going to come play Hardcore. At least, I don't think I'd really want them to. I feel like it might be a bad experience with the game, you know what I mean? Imagine not having played Classic at all. Like, even if like you're a retail player, but you haven't played any Classic at all, but the thought of Hardcore interests you. I think you get on, you probably get one character killed, and then you probably go back to retail. That's kind of what I think. And as far as like a person who doesn't play any WoW, who has been just completely away from the game for years, I would not want that person to come back and do Hardcore. I'd like them to come back and play Classic Era, but maybe do that during the new season, or just on a regular Classic Era run. Maybe stay away from Hardcore. It might leave a bitter taste in some people's mouths. Yes, Clint, there will. Yeah, I think I have that scheduled for the afternoon. Yes. But the answer is yes. At some point today, a BG3 video will go out. You and 3 other people will watch it. And then I will play more. Yeah, I'm trying to make BG3 daily. And that should be fine. Unless YouTube like decides to completely kill my channel, and then I might move it to like every other day if it starts really negatively affecting my WoW uploads. Like if I see like the numbers on my WoW videos like just take a dive into the pavement, then I might have to move BG3 to every other day. I don't want to do that because I'm going to play it every day regardless, so I'm going to be recording way ahead if I do it that way. But yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, Dylan, that's awesome. Glad to have you here in the game. Yeah, definitely just stay away from Hardcore. Like, it's... For me, Hardcore was so exciting because you get bored, like, eventually. Even when you're loving the game and you're loving the journey, it gets boring. Yeah, when you play the game for 20 years. You know, and so for me, Hardcore was a new way to keep enjoying the game. Like a fresh spin on it. And I feel like it works best for people who have played a lot of the game, or who have played a lot of Classic, or maybe have just played a lot of WoW in general. I think it mainly appeals to those people. Anybody who hasn't been playing, they should just go play like a regular version of the game and see if you enjoy that. Clint, I appreciate that, man. I get super frustrated in BG3 sometimes. Yeah, there's like so many parts of the game I don't understand. I'm starting to learn. The biggest thing for me in combat was I learned that like one level makes a huge difference apparently, because there's only 20 levels. And yeah, there's a lot about the combat that I just have no idea what I'm doing. And that obviously makes it frustrating, because I know I don't know what I'm doing. That's even worse. But yeah, I'm trying to learn enough. I should be playing on story mode. To be fair, somebody with my experience with D&D and my experience with CRPGs, I shouldn't be playing on balanced mode. I should be playing on story mode, and I've been contemplating putting it onto story mode. And I think then I could learn the mechanics of the game in a way that wasn't super frustrating. And I still don't feel like I could fight my way through everything, you know? Like, a lot of the game is... To me, I have to learn that, like, fighting is the last possible thing you want to do in most encounters. Like, if you can get through an encounter and you don't have to fight, that's going to be better for you. Even if it's not as exciting as just fighting everything. What do I enjoy more? Being streaming or doing the normal videos? I enjoy them both for different reasons now. Yeah, like when I do the recordings now, I can be more chill. I don't have to talk as much during the recordings, because I don't feel like we have to get to know each other like through the recordings. We can hang out here to get to know each other. So it allows me to make the videos more immersive, and I can get all my rambling out here on the stream. Johnny, you're still going to play on the hardcore servers with us? I appreciate that. That's kind of what I was getting at. And thank you so much, by the way. That's kind of what I was getting at. I was like, you're not even going to come play on the hardcore servers? Okay. That was like the question I didn't ask you. So I appreciate the answer. The other thing I worry about with BG3 is like, it's a lot of talking. Not for me, I don't have to say a lot. For the voice actors, there's a lot of dialogue, like a ton of, I think about like my companion characters back at the camp, and I'm like, if I wanted to go talk to all my companion characters and listen to every single thing that they had to say, that would probably take me an entire hour of just like listening to them talk. And like, part of me is down for that. Part of me wonders like what the watchability is of just like listening to that for an hour straight. And so I'm trying to find the best way to approach like how much and when I talk to my companion, because I feel like they're all kind of languishing. I see all the things we could talk to them about, and I'm like, okay, cool, that's cool, but I feel like that's going to take an hour. That's my other worry about BG3. Because I wonder because it's like, it's not exactly exciting, I don't think, for people. Jackie, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Green Goblin, am I going to keep playing the priest on Bloodsail to death or 60? Yeah, I think so. Maybe not right away. Excuse me. Maybe not right away. But when we get to like the level 30s on the hardcore server character, I'd like them to get rested XP. And then jumping back to this character will be a good way to let them get rested XP. That's kind of the plan. Like, I want to push the hardcore server character at least into the 30s, and then I would like them to be able to get rested XP like every other day. Steven, I have not, and I don't know if I'm going to, to be honest with you. No, I haven't. Like, I don't know. Let's just say, like, it's been a long time before, like, since I played a video game where there were, like, romance options, and maybe it's that I'm, like, an old person or I lack imagination, but I almost feel like, kind of silly about it. I don't know how to explain it. It's like maybe it's an immaturity thing, I don't know. Yeah, like, you know, I used to play, like, Mass Effect and stuff, and, like, part of the big draw of those games was seeing how the romances played out. But, I don't know. Because you know what the problem is with these games? It's easy to pick the thing the character wants to hear. It's easy to like listen to Shadowheart talk, and then just like you know what option like she's gonna like to hear, and it's almost like manipulative. I feel like I'm being manipulative of my party to like romance them, and I didn't really like that vibe. So I don't know if I'm gonna romance anybody in the playthrough, which is gonna be a big bummer I think for a lot of people. Yeah, I could edit some of that stuff out so that I can see the long drawn out like conversations, but maybe everybody doesn't have to. I feel like there will be a subset of people that will find that annoying though too. What server do I play on? This is Bloodsail Buccaneers server, where I do hardcore. Yeah. I can't be myself though because I'm a giant 7-foot-tall vengeance paladin. Like that's not who I am. I should be role-playing the character. I think maybe that's what it is. Maybe I would feel less manipulative of my companions, and like not just prone to pick the thing they want to hear if I was like trying to actually roleplay who I thought my character was, and like really being honest to like who the character is supposed to be. I would have to do some creative writing, like about our background and stuff to be able to do that successfully. But maybe that's the part that I'm missing, because I don't want to be me romancing video game characters. That's weird. That's weird to me. So I don't want to be me doing that. I'd like maybe the character to do it, but I would have to like know more about my character. Your Commander Shepard was a jerk and no one wanted to be with him. Yeah. Like, I don't have like an idea for what my character is, I guess. And then like for that character, I actually didn't pick a background. We ended up being stuck with the, like a religious background or something. Because I didn't go in and actually like read them all and pick one, because when I started BG3, I was like, just, it's like when you hyper-focus on your action bar in WoW, and you get killed by raid mechanics. That's what I did when I started BG3. I got hyper-focused on some parts of the game, and I completely overlooked the really important stuff. So yeah, it's called botched. Yeah, my start was botched. Let's see, Alex, SFK, Saturday. Tomorrow or Saturday? I think if I need to be 24, I think then it probably won't be tomorrow. It'll probably be Saturday. Well, then again, I don't know. We're almost level 23, I guess. Saturday might just work better, I think. Marlena, good afternoon. Good afternoon to anybody I missed while I was going on and on there about BG3. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Saturday will be better. And by then, you know, we might even be 25. I'm interested in Lazelle's story, Clint, because I want to see if she stops being such a jerk eventually. Like, I would like to get to know her, to see if, like, maybe she stops being a complete jerk, or maybe that's just who she is. And then Karlach is obviously, like, really likable. Karlach is, like, I don't know. She's, like, obviously just really likable. But yeah. Yeah, and for the character, either of those two would probably work. Maybe if I think about it like that, then I wouldn't mind pursuing their romance stories. If I think about it as the character, not as me, because thinking about it as me is weird. If you don't rescue her early, there's an interaction with her later that makes her seem a lot more compassionate. Maybe she has to. Maybe if you don't rescue her, she goes through some stuff. You know, maybe if things like don't work out for her, she goes through some stuff and like changes a bit. I wasn't sure if you left her in the cage in the beginning, if you would ever have a chance to recruit her down the road, or if that was like the death of the character. Because I think in one of the streams we walked away from her and went too far, and then like we couldn't rescue her right then. Have I played Lord of the Rings Online? I played Lord of the Rings Online when it first came out. Like every MMO, I've played basically every MMO at least when it first came out. So it would have been a long, long time ago. Now granted, the computer that I tried to play it on was basically a toaster oven. And so like, that wasn't the best experience, but yeah, I did play it. It felt very like WoW-esque within Lord of the Rings. I obviously haven't touched it in like, you know, 15 years. Something like that. That's a weird question, Red Robin. If I were a member of the Fellowship of the Ring, which character would I be? Probably Sean Bean. I just want to be Sean Bean, I think. That's not a character, Robert. That's the actor. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I just want to... I want to be the Bean. Hang out with the Bean, you know. Yeah. The funny thing, it turned out you can simply walk into Mordor. Like that turned out to be the funny thing, is that they walked the whole way there. It turns out you can do it. Alright, I think we've done a little bit of fishing. And that's fine. Do we have like the recipe to cook this though? I don't know that we do. Maybe one of these guys over here has it. Yeah, I read that, Justin. That I think we were talking about that yesterday. If they would have AQ open, it turns out they will. They will just have everything open when the hardcore servers come up. Yeah, they don't have any recipes. Maybe the cook. Maybe the cook lady has recipes. Yeah, we haven't been to the villa in a while. I wish I could buy my Hearthstone to like a random place. You know, like the Vulpera racial, I think, is that they pop up a tent or something and they can set their Hearthstone there. I want the ability to set my Hearthstone in a place of my choosing. That would be cool. And then you could have a house, because that would be as close as you'll get to like player housing. She has stuff, but she doesn't have any fishing recipes. I guess we just have to get them from Stormwind. Probably would be the easiest thing to do. Yeah, we haven't been working on it recently. I'll go cook the mud snappers we have, but we don't have anything else that we can cook. I haven't really been working on it a lot. We also have a ton of cloth, I think, shoved in the bank. And at some point, we're going to have to contemplate doing a little bit of tailoring. Don't know if I'm going to do that today. But I think maybe before... we should do it before the SFK run, just in case we, by chance, can make ourselves anything useful. Would be a good idea. Yeah, the Old Town Tavern has a lot of the recipes that you would otherwise get from doing quests, like doing the cooking quest. I feel like that's like a backup for like if you don't do those quests. I'm not sure if they had the fish ones though, but we'll take a look next time we're there. Pick up all the flight points on the way to SFK. Yeah, what would we grab? South Shore. And that's it, right? I guess I would have to figure out, like, what is my best way of even getting this character to SFK? Yeah. Right, I guess we have to get over to the Hillsbred Foothills. So we do have a bit of traveling then. We're going to have to go to the wetlands. Oh, is that a safe journey? I foresee potential problems. I foresee potential problems in the Arathi Highlands. Aren't there like level 32 raptors ready to basically kill me, like waiting in the Arathi Highlands? I should probably do the run before. Well, I could either do it early or I could just put it off. Gee, what will Robert do? Will he do it early or will he put it off? I don't know. Murlocs first. Let's go deal with Murlocs first and get the Murlocs out of the way. Yeah, we'll grab the Menethil Harbor flight point. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, that's fine then. We'll plan on that. That works for me. Well, that was a fun way to start combat. Yeah, we should be good. Let me make sure that I got all the right ranks out. Oh, hi there. This is not a safe place to be, it turns out. I think we're good. Hey, I buffed before we got into combat. I know it was at the last minute, but I did get it. The only thing I miss about the corporate life are the rare free lunches. Yeah. I appreciated when we were taken out to lunch by the boss or something. Being able to spend money on the company. that's what I'll miss. Doing traveling, the only fun thing about traveling so often was that, you know, you get to spend somebody else's money on food. And especially as a person who's never been used to having a lot of money, it's always nice to spend the company's money on food. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to it, but apparently we fished up quite a few of the fish we need for the quest. Usually I have to rely on getting all of them from the murlocs. Yeah, that's a good point. Third Coast. A lot less free lunches since work from home. Yeah. Yeah, Tweety, I noticed you were a little bit behind there. I figured that you'd find out eventually. I saw the volume comment and I was like, that was from the beginning of the stream. Yeah, Clint, my wife's bosses have done that too. As a way of providing, like, a team lunch. Especially now that, like, basically everybody on that team is remote except for a handful of people. Level 23. Back over here. We're just finishing this up. Not very exciting. I'm looking forward to getting Mindflay and having a new button to push. I wonder, like, will we not be wanding as much if we're using Mindflay? And will that still will using Mindflay still be as mana efficient as wanding? I'm kind of gonna miss it if we don't wand. I don't know what that's gonna feel like. I mean, but to be fair, working from home already has, like, so many benefits, you know. Especially for, like, for most people it has, like, a lot of benefits. Ah, that's mail. I like wanding the entire time. Yeah. I like the wand auto attack. We're gonna find out, Justin. Yeah, we're gonna find out what the damage is like. I think somebody told me once that Mindflay was kind of weak until you got, like, improved ranks of it. So it could be that we don't do that right away. Yeah, it slows the target. I know what it does. The thing is, though, like, with Power Word Shield and how fast I can kill stuff, like, I don't really need the target to be slowed. Just like I don't plan to go into Shadow Reach to get the bonus distance. I don't need the distance. Ideally, I'm gonna kill stuff, and ideally, I'm not gonna take any damage really because of Power Word Shield. Even when this happens and we get jumped. Badink, bye bye. Oh, we got lots of troubles. Troubles. I bet that we're fine. We do have potions if we need them. I don't feel like it's going to be necessary. Orange Filter, good afternoon, man. Thanks for stopping by. It could have been bad. Yeah, it could have been bad. It would have been bad for, like, any other class. It would have been really, really bad for, like, a warrior. Yeah, that might have been the death of a level 23 warrior. It would have been bad for basically any other class. And I started to feel this way before I got my undead priest dropped down an elevator shaft. I started to feel like even if things go like horribly wrong, with heals and bubbles, we're probably going to be able to get away. And yeah, it was about this level. Hey, we're approaching that priest was level 25. So that'll be a priest milestone for us once we hit level 26. Ryan Roberts says, I'm about to one-shot you on my rogue. Good luck. I'd be worried about the mage unless they have mana shield at this level. If they have mana shield, then yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean the mage is kind of crazy. The fact that the mage gets a bubble, like, is kind of nuts when you think about it. Like the ability to freeze enemies, to blink away, and also though you have a bubble. Now granted, the bubble relies on you having mana, but then also you have evocate, so. Is it hard playing on the priest? No, it's really easy and cathartic. No, I wouldn't say that it's hard. That's right, you get sheep. Ice barrier. Yeah, mages are way overpowered. Yeah, I mean I got the mage killed off in Skull Rock just because I shouldn't have been there. And I wasn't, you know, I don't like, it turns out I don't like trolls. So, who would have thought I don't like trolls? Man, what a shocker. You know, I only complained about their feet the entire time we were playing the character. An undead mage probably would have been better for me. If it had been an undead mage, I probably would have been a little bit more careful. And I'd probably still be alive, to be honest. I just wasn't into the troll. I wasn't into the troll enough to like be careful with any of my choices. That's what it was. It was like Skull Rock. You guys were like, oh yeah, people go to Skull Rock to die, and I was like, I know people go to Skull Rock to die. And I went in there anyway. It's hard for me to play, like, to play a human mage, I'd have to be body type B, because for some reason, seeing a dude who's built like that, wearing robes, like, to me, it just doesn't make sense, like, I mean, he's not a martial fighter, so, like, what, when he's not out casting, he has to be spending every other moment of his day, like, doing some serious weightlifting. Like, I just, like, I always wish that we got the skinny Kaltiran body type A, so that, you know, you could be like a slightly normal proportioned human mage instead of like a brick shithouse of a human mage. It's like, yeah, that just didn't work. You know what? I played the priest, my priest Athos. For some reason, like, he didn't bother me. But I kind of thought of him like as a battle cleric, because, you know, as a priest, we're always tanking stuff to the face. So I kind of thought of him as a battle cleric, and that helped. Yeah, I get what you're saying, like lore-wise, when you think about like some of the mages, like Khadgar especially. Khadgar is one of my favorite characters. Gandalf the Gains. I like it. The Blood Elf mage works. Yeah, the Blood Elves have like a more normally proportioned male body. So yeah, it could work for a Blood Elf, definitely. Slightly more normally proportioned, yeah. Gotta love the hyper spawns. Rod, good afternoon, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream. What ruined the screenshot there was the fact that my character was blue. Otherwise, it would have been okay. Yeah. Gonna have a blue character in the next thumbnail. Yeah, someone commented on the the video where we swam to Booty Bay, and they're like, "Oh, look, swimming to Booty Bay. This is what I love about this game." And I thought, like, yeah, there's not really another MMO like that. Not a current MMO where you'll do where the world is so open that sometimes you'll do something like that. Like you'll literally swim down the coast of a continent to get to a new zone that's technically too dangerous for you, but you have to go there anyway to get on a boat. Not a lot of games like that. Even the MMOs that exist that are like really big, like ESO and Final Fantasy, like you don't do stuff like that in other games. And you don't do a lot of stuff like that in retail WoW anymore either, unfortunately. So Yeah, Final Fantasy 11. That's a good point. I played Final Fantasy 11 back when it came out. I played it on the PS2. Yep. I must have been 18, 19 at the time. It was very, very unique, yeah. All I remember from Final Fantasy 11 is like standing along the edge of the cliffs and having the tank go out and he would pull in that first area. The first time you group up, you get right out of the starting zone and then you're grouping up right away. And I remember the tanks would go out and you'd be trying to pull goblins. And then sometimes the tank would pull 2 goblins. And usually, when the tank pulled 2 goblins, the entire group splintered and ran for the zone exits. Because in FF11, you couldn't leash an enemy unless you literally went into the next zone. And also in FF11, when you died, you lost experience. So you could de-level from dying. And the levels were important, especially like that first level that got you out of like the starting area and into like the group content. But yeah, the tank could be like, got 2 gobs, I think we can take them. And then by the time that tank got back to where you were camped out, there was no group there anymore. Yeah, 2 of them or a higher level one. Yeah, remember you had like daily abilities. I think you had abilities that were on like amazingly long cooldowns. I don't remember if they were like a 24-hour cooldown or if it was like just like a few hour cooldown. But yeah, you had like some really, really big cooldown abilities. So if everybody had their like daily ability up, you might be able to kill 2 gobs, but probably not. It was a 2-hour. Yeah, the 2-hour cooldowns. Yep, I enjoyed my time with that game, probably way too much for as punishing as it was. And I don't ever remember getting to a super high level, but I had a lot of fun with it. I would play a Final Fantasy 11 classic. Yeah, like kind of, they probably have to like remaster some of the graphics a little bit. Yeah, I'd love to play a Final Fantasy 11 classic remaster that looks like 14. But plays with the game mechanics that 11 had, as far as like having to do the group content that way. I'm done with Murlocs, yeah. Don't get me talking about Final Fantasy 11. I'll kill Murlocs all day. Let's see. Yeah, let's go back to town. There are private servers for FF11. Yeah, of course there would be, I guess. Yeah, I don't think I could ever go play on an FF11 private server. Maybe one day they'll do a classic. I wonder if anybody at that company even thinks about that game anymore. It's probably just not on anybody's radar. That there would be any humans out there who would want to like have that experience again. And I think it would be a very niche audience. Final Fantasy 11 was kind of like a hardcore MMO, like in that sense, where like dying had big ramifications. Like you didn't want to die. It was too hard to play alone. You really couldn't solo. Most of the content was not able to be soloed. You had to have a group. You had to have other people playing with you. And there weren't like it wasn't a theme park MMO in the sense that like you went from quest hub to quest hub to quest hub. You went into a zone and by and large you fought stuff. That's like largely what you did was just fight. I think that there'd be enough interest in it to keep like one mega server pretty populated. I don't think they want Classic WoW to die. I just think that they're not going to spend any money on Classic WoW. Because Classic WoW doesn't make them any money. I don't think they want it to die. I think they're fine having it as long as like the cost is low. Like as long as they don't perceive that they're losing money on it. TJ27, it's going well. How are you? I think Blizzard wants hardcore to die. I think they want hardcore to die so they can get people sucked into like the seasonal loop of classic era seasonal content. But that's probably just like conspiracy theory, you know. I'm selling. I'll keep the pearl. I feel like maybe I need pearls in the future of tailoring. Like there might be a couple of recipes that require pearls. So I will keep it. They're not planning any kind of ticket system for mistaken deaths, Red Robin. There's no appeal process or anything on the hardcore servers. If you die, your character's dead. They're not gonna have an appeal process. If you like have a terrible internet connection and you're playing a caster and you get yourself killed because your internet drops out, they call that a you problem. Like that's not your internet isn't their problem. In this case, you know. What am I gonna level on the official hardcore servers? Don't know yet. Probably won't decide till the week of. Where are the Wendigo feet? Yeah, we haven't ran into any Yeti or Wendigo recently, unfortunately. Okay, we're good. What do we want to do now? You know what I should do? I should just set my Hearthstone here. That would be pretty smart. And Justin says, or the minute of. Yeah, I might not decide till I'm in the character creation screen. Yep, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, I've gotten every class killed at least once already. So basically I could do anything. Yeah, the answer has been largely I don't know. I've talked about lots of different possibilities. I've talked about the possibility of an orc warrior. I've talked about the possibility of an undead priest. I like to talk about it, but I'm not going to make any solid plans until we get a lot closer. Justin, I got a dwarf hunter killed at level 19 to Murlocs on the Westfall coast. Yep. It was a fun journey. I don't like pet classes, so I tend to avoid them. So I don't think I would do another hunter. Psychedelical? I don't know what to tell you, man. It's just the voice that I have. I don't do anything special. I drink lots of coffee, I drink lots of water. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life, so that's not it. You're free to try any of those things, though. Or you should just be happy being you, with your voice, you know? Oh, they're on somebody else. We'll help out a little bit. We won't help out. We won't help out because we have what are called our own problems. Yeah, we have our own problems. This is as close to ASMR as it's going to get. I have no interest in going out of my way to create ASMR content. Yeah. Doesn't sound fun. Don't even know what that would be like. But I don't really have an interest in it. It turns out he didn't need our help at all. Yeah, I have lots of playthroughs where I read all the quests. And that's probably as close to ASMR as it will get for the channel. Eat a stick of butter right now. If this is ASMR content, you do that. You do it. Yeah, I kind of hate when things try to be ASMR, like, intentionally. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I find it bothersome. All right. I've had my fill. It's enough of that. Don't feed the troll, guys. No troll feeding here. It's not allowed during working hours. I've told you guys before, like, I give people chances, but if all I see is shit that I don't really like, I don't need to keep giving somebody chances. Because it's not going to change, you know what I mean? It's only going to get worse, basically. That's what I've learned about trolls. Is that when your troll senses are tingling, whatever tingles them, and it's troll tingling is different for different people, I think. Mine is very sensitive, and yeah, that's what happens. I feel like that's better content than me eating a stick of butter. Yeah, oh yeah, Red Robin, they do. Sometimes they get sniped before they even know that they're being a troll. Yeah, it's vicious sometimes. Yeah, like I feel like some people get set off by different things. I get set off at like just the mere hint of like stupidity. If it seems like it's just stupid and trolly, I just get triggered right away. What I said to myself was that if I tell somebody that they should do the thing that they just told me to do, like if I get to that point where I'm telling somebody you do it, then I need to get rid of that person. And I had just done that. And then like that's when you know that I've snapped. I've completely snapped when somebody says something stupid to me and I say, you do it. Trolls get a bad rep, yeah. It might be why I don't like trolls in World of Warcraft, yeah. Just because they share the same name. I mean, to some extent, like, it's fine. I guess, like, they do a little bit of work for the channel when they do that, because then the chats per minute, my little chat per minute number, like, skyrockets. So by trolling me, they're feeding the algorithm, but I only will tolerate it for a couple minutes. I do a good Batman voice just because I practice when I read to my son. He has a collection of Batman short stories. And so whenever Batman talks, I do the Batman voice. I do some of the other characters I voice a little bit. But yeah, the Batman voice is really the only one I have. I don't think I can do it on demand. I don't think I can. No, because usually when I do it, I'm reading something. Or I'm thinking about something somebody just said, or I'm thinking about a quote. I usually don't just like do it conversationally, so I don't even know if I could conversationally do the Batman voice, because every time I do it, it's been like reading something, or it's been thinking about a quote from something. Yeah, I think it would be impossible for me to do it on demand. When you said that, I got that feeling like back in high school when they wanted me to stand up in front of the class and read my report out loud, and I was like, nah. I wrote it all, but I can't read it. I'm not standing up there and reading this report out. That was the feeling I got, which was very nostalgic and funny. You just watched the Flash movie. It had Val Kilmer as the Batman. Wait. Val Kilmer is the old school Batman. Val Kilmer was one of the Batmans. But the original like Batman was oh god, I'm gonna forget his name now. Blip. It's gone. It blipped out of my brain. Val Kilmer was not the original Batman. He was like a fill-in Batman, right? It was Val Kilmer did a run, George Clooney did a run, but it was what's his name? He was in the new Spider-Man movie as the Vulture. Not as far back as Adam West. Sorry, Michael Keaton. Thank you. Shoot. Yeah, Adam West was obviously, but I don't think Adam West is with us anymore. Michael Keaton. Yeah, Michael. I'm thinking about the 1990s Batman movies. The first two that were actually like directed by Tim Burton and were decent films. Michael Keaton, yeah. Adam West is still around? That's awesome. He was good as the Vulture, yeah. He was good as the Vulture. He might have been more buff as the Vulture than he was when he played Batman in the 90s. I appreciated his Batman and his Bruce Wayne because they were both very, like, unassuming. They were both very, like, unassuming. He played, like, the detective Batman, like, you know, he... Obviously there was fighting in the movie and stuff, but they didn't play that part of Batman up as much as they did, like, once we got to, like, Christian Bale being Batman. It was all about the CQC, close quarters combat stuff. I thought Adam West had passed. Mr. Mom was a great Michael Keaton movie. I never saw that one. The last thing I saw Val Kilmer in was a movie called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which was a really, really good movie. Oh, also had Iron Man in it, before he ever thought he would be Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, he's in that movie too. I forgot he was in the movie. He's the main character of the movie. Yeah, if you want to see some Robert Downey Jr. like prior to MCU, watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. A really, really good film. In Zodiac. I don't know if I ever saw that movie. Is that one of the movies about like a serial killer or something? I tend to avoid movies about serial killers. I don't know why, it just unsettles me. I try not to watch things that are gonna like intentionally unsettle me unless it's like a supernatural horror movie or something like fantasy. Like I don't like watching stuff about like based on true events. I don't know. It was the luckiest for Marvel because they almost had Tom Cruise as Iron Man. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but like originally Tom Cruise was gonna play Iron Man. How much, like, I don't think the MCU would ever have gotten off the ground if they had to deal with Tom Cruise as Iron Man. That would have been a mess. Not that I think Tom Cruise is a bad actor. I just I acknowledge he's one of the few people that I know is actually crazy. So yeah, that probably would have been bad. I remember when they wanted to do Nicolas Cage as Superman that one time. And I thought, well, that's really weird. Yeah. Yeah, Tom Cruise would have been an okay Iron Man, but he probably would have only made it through the filming of one movie. And then they would have had to recast him anyway, which would have been a mess. Really? There's a documentary on YouTube about Nicolas Cage almost... Yeah, that's interesting. I might check that out, because I do remember that now. And just thinking like how weird and wrong that would be. I imagine him with like his long hair, like his receding hairline, but with his long locks of hair. I'm like, that doesn't make a Superman, I don't think. National Treasure, yep. Definitely. Hey, it wasn't a terrible movie. I should probably stop tackling these two pulls. Gregory, you asked what keeps me playing Classic. I love the game and I love the world, and it's just a joy to press the buttons and run around and hang out with you guys. Right now, you guys are keeping me playing because I just have a great time hanging out. Nick Cage appears as Superman in the Flash movie. That can't be real. Is that real? Is that real? Can't be real. I don't believe it. Yeah. Face Off, yeah. Face Off was fun. I need brutes, and I acknowledge like none of the guys I'm fighting are brutes or mystics. I think I've been killing like every basher we've come across, but I haven't fought anybody else. There are some further to the north. Yeah, I might have to go look there. I'm just finding a lot of bashers down here, which that's not what we need. Maybe we come back over this way. Oh, I went down the wrong hill, I think. Now, here we go. Yeah, look at that. It feels like less and less people every day. Yep, how many more days do we have? We have, what, 15 more days? Something like that? What's today? Today's the 10th. 14 days. 14 days till official hardcore. Will we see basically everybody stop leveling on this server before the 24th? Or will it be basically the same amount of people? Is it going to drop off completely? Like, I imagine we get on here one day and we don't see, like, anybody. Leal, good afternoon, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, the Batman convo went on for a while. And I probably missed a bunch of stuff. Apologies to anybody else I missed. I don't think I'm looting this one. Yeah, I don't imagine that we get in there to loot this guy. Not unless I want to pull a bunch of guys, which I don't. This will be the last mystic we need, and then we need to find 2 more brutes. It's going slow but steady, Lael. Yeah, we're slow. Someone yesterday accused me of only getting a level per day, and they weren't wrong. We're getting about a level today. Now, today, we didn't get a level yesterday, did we? We almost got 23. Today, we dinged 23. But yeah, it's slow, you know, but I'm having a good time. The priest is a joy to play. I can just kind of do combat. I don't have to think too much about what's going on. Even if we're in a bad spot, it's really easy to get out of it. Definitely how I was feeling by the time I got our original priest killed, was that there wasn't going to be much that could really stop us. Yeah, I don't care about the speed, as long as I don't do one of those things where I'm just like running in circles not fighting anything for a long time, which I've been known to do that. There have been times when I have just started running around and like have not been finding stuff to fight. So that quest is done. Yes. We have Battle War and Axes. I think the Battle War and Axes, we can go back here and do it. There's like lower level guys back here, I feel like. And that might be a better place to go fight orcs. Yeah, I think we go down here. And then we can work our way up and we can kind of feel out whether or not we're ready to go after the Shadowhide pendants. Because I'm not sure what level those guys are. Besides that, I mean, I don't really want to go to another zone until we're done here. I feel like we're at a decent level to finish everything here that we can do. And then we can think about going into the wetlands. Agility and intellect. Yeah, no thank you. That's a little bit weird. The 24 mage struggled against those gnolls, Jason? I think obviously just having Power Word Shield is like way overpowered, right? Just the ability to say, nope, I'm not taking any damage right now, makes the priest incredibly strong. Yeah, we do have to keep an eye on some of the lower level stuff here. Jitters, I think, is like the lowest level, level 20. Yeah, basically just jitters. We want to come into Duskwood around level 25 so we don't lose anything. As far as like full quest XP. Alright, yeah, we're going south. The orcs were probably the ones that were standing like on the hillside nearby, like they hide behind some of the trees. And I think a player kited them into town, I think, and then they had like the guards help out. That's what it looked like. I don't think they're scripted to attack the town. I think they must have followed a player in, but maybe. I've ran into a couple of weird scripting things in Classic that I had not seen before, so it's possible. Can I show you my current settings for the nameplates? Probably. That's it. It's on always show enemy unit frames. Alright, here we go. Some good old-fashioned orcs versus humans. Yep, no problem, man. Specialist trading supplies? Tailoring supplies. Ooh, that could be something that I need. What would I have to do to get him out of there? I'd have to hope that these guys aren't all linked. We're gonna find out how linked all these guys are. Okay, they're not linked. Okay, we should be good. That's a long net. Yeah, I don't like that. And now this guy, I could see him being attached to this caster, which would probably then pull him too. Can we pull this one first? Yeah, he's a specialty tailoring supplies guy. I don't know if that means maybe he'll have a cool pattern for us or what, but we're gonna try to find out. Yeah, that's really surprising. They made it look super dangerous, but it turns out you can pull these guys, all of them, one at a time. Pretty cool. He just sells expensive cheese, Questie? Of course he does, obviously. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Yeah, I don't think he really has anything that we need. He has some different dyes, which I guess if we were trying to make like a specific shirt or something like that, it could be useful, but he's got nothing. I don't really feel like we have to go back into this cave. It doesn't seem to be very deep. I'm just kind of wondering if maybe there would be a chest in here somewhere. I don't see one from what I can see from out here. It's all according to plan. This is the first time we've actually managed to run ourselves out of mana. That's cool. And we're actually regenerating it pretty quickly because of Spirit Tab. And the other guy, he must have, yeah, he died down here to the Shadow Word Pain. Somehow he didn't pull this guy that I didn't see. And see, even after we went there, we didn't have to stop. Because we're a priest, and we're awesome. Tim, good afternoon, man. Good evening. Thanks for stopping by the stream. My brain's hardly ever working that much, to be fair. I try to keep it at a low idle. Chainblaze, good afternoon, man. Thanks for being here. Dakota, you nailed it. It's strange how the orcs are using swords, but you're collecting their axes. They must just be like ceremonial axes that they carry in their back pockets, right? Yeah, fair point. They are all using swords, yeah, and like, a sword is a very human weapon. I would expect more orcs to have maces and axes, honestly. Like, sure, you're gonna come up against an orc that can use a sword every once in a while. But I feel like a lot more of them should actually have axes. That's how you can tell that, like, the enemies and stuff were put into the world, and the quest writing happened afterwards. The design for these guys did not happen along with the quest writing, because remember, World of Warcraft Vanilla was almost a game that didn't have a lot of quests. World of Warcraft got this close to being an EverQuest-like game, where there was all this stuff that was in the world, all this stuff was here, but there weren't any quest guiding you through it. And that was the game that we almost got shipped. And then, like, very last minute as far as development is concerned, they wrote hundreds and hundreds of quests. That's why all the quests are kind of not great. Because they're just like, okay, you imagine, like, everybody on the development team had to write X amount of quests. And then they had to put them all into the game. So, like, yeah, the creation of the enemies happened independently of, like, the writing of the quests. And they realized that, like, they're like, we can't have you go collect orc swords, because swords aren't really an orc weapon. So, like, the quest writer wrote it correctly. But these were the mobs that they got assigned to, you know. Did I ever play original Guild Wars? I did not. No, I played Guild Wars 2 when it first came out back in the day, but I never played Guild Wars 1. People sometimes tell me that I missed out. I would play a Guild Wars classic. I feel like more MMOs that have been around for a long time, they need a vanilla version of their game to, like, get people into the game. It's like what I tell people when someone's like, oh, I'm new to WoW, what should I play? I don't send them to retail, because retail is going to be a confusing mess for someone who's never played WoW. I tell them to go play Classic for a little while and see if they like it, and then play other versions of the game if they like it. And I feel like more MMOs need to have, like, a vanilla state server, where people who want to get into them can experience those games how they were when they first came out. Like, Guild Wars 2 is a case of this. Because the way combat is and stuff right now in Guild Wars 2, like, when you're leveling a character, it's super easy, it's all meaningless. And then I guess at some point in Guild Wars 2, there's a big power spike, and all of a sudden everything is hard. I feel like I would get into MMOs more if I could play them in their vanilla states. At least for a while. I don't know. Maybe that'd be a bad thing for games, but I feel like it would be good. I would be much more likely to jump into an existing MMO if I could check it out on a server that was in its vanilla state. Yeah, Clint, exactly. He wanted to see the game as it was when it was released. That's what I want to see when I step into games like ESO and Guild Wars 2. I kind of wish I could do that like the way the game was when it was released. Because, like, I feel like the way those games are now, with, like, system changes and ability and class changes and numerical redesigns for the combat, none of them are in, like, a really good spot as far as, like, enjoying the leveling experience. But yeah, maybe we'll see more of that. Like, you'd think some of those games like Guild Wars, they have to see, like, the success and popularity of WoW Classic. And you have to think, like, maybe it's crossed their mind, you know? Maybe it's crossed their mind. Well, once a game's, like, 10 years old, so much has been stacked on top of that original experience. And it's so hard to get into MMOs because of that, because of all, like, the layers of crap. And people are like, oh, that's not needed content. Oh, don't do that content. Oh, only focus on doing this. Like, people have all these ways that you're supposed to play because you can't experience it like how it originally was. It's like, especially like ESO. ESO, like, I couldn't even figure out how to start the original story. How to go to Cold Harbor and, like, do the story for the Prophet. Like, I wanted to see that. Like, I wanted to experience whatever the original story of ESO was. You know, but I couldn't figure out how to get it to, like, place you in Cold Harbor and do all that stuff like it did when the game first came out. I'm like, oh, what a waste. So yeah, sometimes it's not even, like, in ESO's case, it might not even be systems and combat. Like, a lot of that was, like, the story. Yeah, I feel like Wrath of the Lich King reached a good point with, like, the classes. As far as, like, making a lot more classes viable and useful. There are other games, too, that I missed out on that I'd love to see, like, a classic or a re-release, like Dark Age of Camelot. Games like that people were like, oh, this game was really good, and I never got to play it. I thought to check behind that rock a little too late. Let's pull him back here a bit. That guy was very ambivalent. Like, he ran away, he popped rage to run away, to turn around, to throw a net. Okay. What he did is like what I would do in PvP. Like, if I tried to PvP, I would just be all over the place. That was kind of what he just did. I've been kind of missing Wrath of the Lich King a little bit. Not endgame stuff, but I've kind of been missing, like, the leveling up experience in Wrath a little bit. I'm kind of hoping for a Joyous Journey sometime, like... It probably won't be in the near future, though, but I'm kind of hoping for it. I don't even really know what I would do, but... yeah. Yeah, Cataclysm ultimately will come. Yeah, I feel like it's worth it if you want to play in Cataclysm, then it's definitely worth it to have some characters leveled up that you might want to pick from. That's kind of what I've been thinking about. I'm like, I am gonna play Cataclysm when it comes out. I don't want to play my Paladin anymore. I want to retire from playing Paladins. It's one of my biggest regrets about going into Wrath of the Lich King on the Paladin, is because that's exactly what I did originally. And I think that really affected my desire. Like, I didn't want to get the gear again. I didn't want to do the raids to get the gear, because I'd already gotten all the gear. And I feel like if I had played on the mage, or on any other class, but mainly like a DPS class, I probably would have had a lot more fun in Wrath of the Lich King, and I probably would have stuck to the endgame a bit more, like collecting the sets of gear that I had never seen before. So yeah, I want to retire from Paladins, like, permanently. And so I will eventually have to have another character, maybe even a few to choose from, who can move forward into Cataclysm, because I really don't want it to be the Paladin. I really want it to be, I think I really want it to be a DPS class. Like something pure. Like, it could be a mage. Yeah, so I've kind of been, like, thinking, you know, eventually they'll give us another Joyous Journey, and that'll be a good time to pop back in and level up some characters for the inevitable Cataclysm. I feel like I put in my time, Clint. Yeah, I put in so much time on the Paladin. I think about, like... And, like, every expansion I would tell myself, like, okay, this expansion, I'm gonna try something different. I never did. Yeah. In BFA, I fired up Beast Mastery Hunter for a bit, because I didn't want to heal for the raid group anymore. I was traveling so much for work that I finally in BFA, I had a Beast Mastery Hunter. And I couldn't even grind enough AP to keep playing that character and feel okay about it. But yeah, that was it. At the very tail end of my raiding, I finally changed. It was too late then, though. My raiding career was over by BFA. I just didn't realize it yet. I guess what I should do is, like, I should do the smart thing. Because I'm a person who could probably play any class and be happy with it to some extent. I should probably do the smart thing if I were planning, like, what characters I might want to play in Cataclysm. I should probably look up the meta. If I want to play DPS, I should probably look up, like, what are my best 3 options in like, I'm not gonna just play whatever's the top of the meters, but, like, as a DPS class, I should probably just take a look at, like, what's good, decent DPS and what's trash. Because I know there are still gonna be some specs in Cataclysm that are trash. And I should probably just have a look. I feel like I might do a mage. Yeah, I kind of a warlock tactical warlock. You know what? You know, I might have more fun in Wrath with the warlock than in vanilla. It's not impossible. I think if I did a warlock, I'd have to do a blood elf warlock. That would put me back on the horde side, which I would be okay with. But ultimately, like, I should do alliance for Cataclysm because if there's any, because I don't know any of those zones. In the retail playthroughs, when I go to the old world content and I go to an alliance zone, I'm seeing it for the first time because, like, I never played Cataclysm on alliance. So yeah, and I thought if I did a warlock, it'd probably have to be a blood elf warlock. I don't know why. It just occurred to me. That was a big crit. And the resist to the long and pointless cast. Yeah, we should never have cast that. I let it go because it was a misclick, but then he resisted it. He's not dead yet? There he goes. Yeah, I kind of do want to be like pure DPS though. For I don't. If I'm gonna play DPS, I can't give myself the option to tank or heal. So my options are limited: mage, warlock, rogue, hunter. Yeah, my choices become limited in that regard. It's too bad Draenei can't be warlocks in Cataclysm. Oh, we're done here. Perfect. Let's see. Let's work our way up here. I want to see what level these guys are with the Shadowhide pendants. And just see if that's something we can do right now, or if we're going to have to wait on it. But can I get there? I think I can. I think I have to go up here, though. We have to get to a higher elevation. Yeah, I think I can go right up this hill. Maybe. We'll see. Shamans are pretty good in Kata. Yeah, but then I'm going to end up healing on it. You know that. You know, if I play a shaman, I'm gonna feel compelled to heal. I don't want to heal anymore. Yeah, I mean, I know that there are people that play the class and that, you know, they're fine just being a DPS, but, like, man, a part of me is worried about, like, giving myself the option to heal. We had a Draenei Shaman playthrough from, like, a long time ago. That was fun. I was doing all the professions even back then before I really did professions. Yeah, I think she's still parked on Blood Mist. I don't think I would dust it off at this point, though. It's been a long time. A survival hunter was overpowered? Huh. Huh. Alright, these guys are level 24 and 25. I don't know about this. Let's see what it feels like. They're resisting stuff right away already feels bad, okay. Or they're not taking a lot of damage. Let's see how fast he eats through Power Word Shield. He ate through that a while before the debuff went away. This could be a little tough. Yeah, could I play a hunter in Wrath? I'm not good at pet management, and I'm just not good at it. This guy is like, he's gonna get help here in a minute. How did he not get help from either of these guys? Oh, that's crazy lucky. I feel like there are some of these guys somewhere that are a bit lower level. They owed him money. They like kind of just looked away like, oh, hey, Jerry. They just kind of like averted their eyes. Would I be able to level up as survival though, or would it be that thing where I'd level up as beast mastery and then I gotta change my spec at endgame? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I can play a hunter. I do not like pet classes. Yeah, if I could do like the lone wolf thing, where if there was a way to dismiss if dismissing the pet boosted my character's damage. Maybe not for leveling, but like at endgame. I don't know. I hate when like a significant amount of damage comes from my pet. Did Marksman get Lone Wolf and Kata? For some reason I thought it was Mista Pandaria. I mean, I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3. That's a new game that just came out. I'm having fun with it. I thought about playing Starfield, but I don't think I'm going to play Starfield on the channel. I might play Starfield on my Xbox, like in my chill time in the evenings. I'll probably just have my wife play, and I'll just watch her play. And that'll probably be more enjoyable for me. Yeah, I thought I was going to do Starfield on the channel, but like seeing how Baldur's Gate has done on my channel, I don't want to obliterate my channel metrics over the course of a couple months. So yeah, I thought I would play it, but I don't think I'm going to. The next one I'm looking forward to is not coming out for a while, which is a game called Avowed. Which is not made by Bethesda, it's made by Obsidian. But that game's not coming out until 2024. Okay, we got some problems. Got some issues here we don't need. We need to drop this guy pronto. Okay, we're good. We're good. There we go. I have the good Xbox. I have the Xbox that Microsoft came out and they said, well, actually, we consider the X the upgrade. They had originally told us that there would be like a mid lifetime upgrade for the Xbox. That they'd do something to like upgrade the hardware midway through the life cycle, but then recently they came out and said, the Series X is the upgrade hardware. Yeah, I have the good Xbox. Clint, I think I have to some extent. I might have to go every other day with it, but I'm gonna play it regardless. I'm gonna put the playthrough on the channel, but unfortunately, like, I do have to think about it some. Especially if it starts affecting how many people it pushes my WoW content to, that's where it gets tricky. Because like, keep in mind, like, it wouldn't bother me if nobody watches BG3. That's not the part that bothers me. I don't care. What bothers me is like less people will find my WoW content because YouTube not only punishes you for the video that underperforms, YouTube will then punish all of your other videos too. And I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like if you start putting some stuff up on your channel that's way under your average metrics, YouTube will stop pushing all of your content after a while. And so people that would be able to find me for my WoW content, now I worry that there will be people that won't find the channel, that won't ever find their way here. So, I do have to think about it to some extent. Is this guy gonna get himself killed? He looks like he's doing fine. I might pull one of these off of him. No, he's got him. He wants them both. I might heal him. Robert? Where'd you put your heal buttons, buddy? There you go. Oh, he's fine. He didn't need it. Yeah, if it was only just punishing the Baldur's Gate 3 videos, I wouldn't care. I'd probably be uploading 2 videos a day of Baldur's Gate. If all that was gonna do was that people just weren't gonna watch Baldur's Gate, I would probably be uploading 2 videos a day. Because I think about it all the time. I'd love to be playing it more. Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was gonna die there. I thought I had seen a 3rd mob run off that I thought would come back, but no, he only had the 2. Yeah, I don't like letting other people die in my vicinity if I can avoid it. Not usually. Yeah, I will probably, like, I might eventually just push it all over to the second channel, but I don't know. It sucks because, like, on the second channel, no one has a chance of finding the content. Because the second channel is not even monetized, so YouTube doesn't even treat it like a channel. So that's kind of the thing, is like, I would just be playing it basically by myself at that point. Like, having it on the main channel, at least it shows the content to some people. Like, some people might find their way here, who will like being here, who otherwise would not. So that's kind of the trick. Yeah. Buffs. Yeah, I need to buff up. It's getting to that time of day where my brain is becoming fragmented. This guy's 26. I gotta get out of this little area that we're in. There's too many level 26 guys around. If we push a little bit farther to the west, I think we can get back to fighting like level 22 and 23 guys. If we stay near this level 30 warrior, we'll probably be pretty safe. I guess I could be a pale and give him fortitude. That's probably what he wants. There you go, buddy. I don't want that one. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not about that level 26. Level 21. Yeah, see, here we go. This is what I wanted. I wanted to get back over this way. Fast respawns in this area. I won't mind that if they're level 21. Tim, you're not the only one, man. Yeah, that's what sucks about not knowing what you're doing in a game. I learned a valuable lesson from BG3, and that lesson was like, as much as I wanted to save myself spoilers, as much as I wanted to experience everything new on day one, it was a really bad idea as far as like content creation. I should have played the early access at least the couple weeks leading up to launch, and that would have given me a much better idea of what I wanted to do and how to actually do it. And yeah, definitely some like really painful lessons learned with BG3 about lots of different things. I did a lot of self-introspection, and kind of that's why I decided not to play Starfield. Yeah. I actually told myself that the only way I would play Starfield is if there were like a big beefy demo of it first. And otherwise, I'm not going to play it on the channel. Because yeah, I learned a lot from BG3. And that is that someone like me, who's not really smart, who's not really quick on the uptake, who has limited attention span, and who is like mentally aging, like I can't pick up a game that I've never played before and play it on the channel. It's not going to be good content for anybody to watch. That's what BG3 taught me. If it's an MMO, if it's a new MMO, then absolutely. Because I'm so familiar with it that like I'm going to be able to pick up an MMO. It's like the only thing I play essentially. But especially when it's something outside of that genre, that I can't just pick it up fresh on the channel. I have to have like a lot of playtime under my belt first. I don't want to deal with that guy. So yeah, that's BG3. That's lessons learned from that, and yeah, unfortunately, it will affect what I do and don't do on the channel in the future. Joe, we're doing SFK on Saturday. I talked to Alex earlier today. And yeah, we're gonna do it on Saturday. So that's basically scheduled. Inventory's full. Oh man. Oh no. I'm gonna stay out here till we get the last 2 pendants. Yeah. Yeah, I think, Clint, you're absolutely right. I am probably going to dip the difficulty level down. It'll be less me complaining about how terribly unforgiving the combat is. Yeah, which has value all on its own. Yeah, just me complaining less about how stupid I am would be good for the series. Yeah, and Tim, that's a good point there within what you just said, is like, yeah, if I try one-off stuff on the channel in the future, I'm going to definitely phrase it as like, I'm trying this out. You know, not as in, it's the beginning of a 1,000-hour playthrough, but like, I'm going to phrase things more like, this is me trying the game. Don't expect anything. Would probably be a better way to do it. Yeah, you'd put a goal for a part 2. Yeah, I mean, I could do stuff like that. I don't know. I don't typically do stuff like that where I'm like, oh, if I hit this many views, then I'll do like a part 2. I don't know if it's helpful for the content to do that or not. Like, I've never done anything like that. It's usually like if I'm enjoying it and it's doing okay, I can play it. If I'm not enjoying it or it's tanking my metrics, I can't. That's usually the deciding factor. I can't get any of these guys alone, except for level 26, who I can't fight. Literally just need one more item. Maybe the guy on the hill here could be safe. Yeah, the legs do up. I don't often ask people for things. It's kind of a personality flaw of mine, especially doing what I'm doing. It's like, I don't like asking people for stuff explicitly. Yeah, I don't, there could be more to say on that, but like, I don't know. I think that pretty much sums it up. I don't like asking people explicitly for stuff. It's like, I don't even really care for, like, sometimes I'll do an outro and I'll ask to leave a like or a sub, and like, I don't even really like doing that, but I do it sometimes because I understand, like, at some point you're only gonna get what you ask for, but like, on the other hand, I don't like doing it all the time. Hey, at least Alex won't need on stuff he doesn't need. Yeah, exactly. He's not gonna roll need on a set of cloth shoulders or a hunter's bow, right? I should probably just get over my discomfort with it, like actually address the issue, whatever the issue is. Yeah, the channel's doing okay. It's been a slow growth though, and it's like there's not really like a lot of ways for the content that I do for the channel to grow a lot, because ultimately, like, classic content especially is always going to be kind of niche as far as like this kind of content. You don't see a lot of people making like straight up let's plays of World of Warcraft, so it's definitely like a niche. Do I eat lunch before or after I stream? Today, usually I eat before, when I start at 2. Today I didn't really have much of a lunch. My wife made me a little sandwich. But I probably should have ate more before I sat down. I was the first person you found when you typed in WoW Let's Play Classic? Yep, I believe that at this point, because yeah, like I said, not a lot of people make that kind of content. Because there's like only a small number of people that are interested in it. This is the one. Somebody here has our last item. He's gotta have it. Will I try to get less clothies in the group when I do SFK? I mean, I could cherry pick like that, but I'll probably just let Alex put the group together. Yeah, I'd rather not. I don't want to just exclude people just so I can get all the loot, you know? I don't mind rolling off against, like, a mage. I guess, like, I guess I don't want, like, a mage, a warlock, another mage. Yeah, ideally there'd be one other clothy. I'm fine with, like, one other clothy. Yeah, I don't want to have to roll against, like, 2 other people. So, yeah. If you guys come back because of me and you're having a good time, that makes me happy. It really does, because I have a wonderful time in the game. And so whenever people come back and they're actually enjoying themselves, that's awesome. Like, the biggest thing that I like showing people about the game is that it can be played differently. It doesn't have to be a go to get to endgame, to gear up, to do all the endgame content. Like, that's not at the heart what the game is. At least it wasn't. And I like demonstrating that, because I think a lot of people see that kind of gameplay and they're like, oh, you can actually just enjoy this game for the world and for the button pressing and for the environments. You don't have to have an endgame in mind. You can actually just love playing the game. Yeah, I'm trying not to fight too much stuff until I get back to town, because inventory has been full for a while. I don't think we'll ever see another TBC server. No, I mean, we had 1 year with Burning Crusade before they moved us into Wrath of the Lich King. And when they moved us from Burning Crusade into Wrath of the Lich King, they said they were not going to have any Burning Crusade realms up. And the same thing's probably going to happen with Wrath of the Lich King when Cataclysm comes out, is that you probably won't get to play in that era again, which is weird. You'd think they would have kept one TBC server up so that people who want to like be in that era could be in that era. And I think that Burning Crusade could have had a good like hardcore scene. I think that some people think that Wrath is too far along to do hardcore in, but I think TBC could have had a fun hardcore scene had they left a single server open. Like, even playing retail, like, what I'm enjoying the most is just leveling up the characters, seeing the zones I haven't seen before, learning the classes that I'm not familiar with in retail. Like, I've been having a lot of fun. This is an elite one. We're probably not going to do it, especially not right now. This item begins a quest, apparently. So, realistically, what's left that we could do here? We could do the champions eventually. I don't think we do the champions now. I think we will have to quest a little bit somewhere else before we do the champions. Yeah, I don't think we should try that right now. We have the Algaz Gate. We could do that eventually. And then we have a couple of things down in Duskwood we can do. Like, we probably have to get Jitters, so we have to fly to Westfall. We could do the run. We grab the Jitters quest. We run that to town. And then in town, I don't think there are any other, like, super low. I think this one right here, level 21 and level 20. Level 21 wolves up here. Supplies from Darkshire. We kind of have to do this. We can do this soon, the stuff over here. Level 24 quest. We had an item that begins a quest. Oh, that's the one to go talk to the guy in the tower? Is that what that was? Yeah, we probably could go do the wetlands. Either way, we're gonna have to go somewhere else. So guys, this is a time that I'm gonna take a break. I do need to get some food. I have a couple other things that I want to do today. It has been a good time. I appreciate you all being here and hanging out with me. And yeah, we'll be back on tomorrow around a similar time. And I think what we'll do is we'll go down into Duskwood and we'll start things off in Duskwood. So yeah, thank you guys very much for being here. I really, really appreciate all the support. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, take care of yourselves out there in the real world and take care of each other. We'll see you back in Azeroth again very soon. Bye for now.